Hey guys, it's Victoria. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the start to finish process that I did for the polygel nails. These are the nails that I wore to my first day of my senior year of college. So I'm going to show you how I prep and then how I achieved the look that you saw in the thumbnail. So I'm using cuticle softener so that I can easily push back my cuticles. And with the other end of my cuticle pusher, I'm going to scrape up any dead tissue on the nail plate. And also use some cuticle nippers to trim my cuticles. That step is very optional. You don't have to do that, and you also don't have to use cuticle nippers. There are other tools. For tips, I'm going to be using these long coffin tips from the Attitude Shop. I like to cut the corners because they fit my nail a little bit better, and then I'm just going to glue it on. Cut the length down, and to give it more of a coffin shape, since we cut it down pretty low, I'm just using some scissors to bring in the edges, and then I'm going to file it up to perfect it. With my e-file and a sanding band, I'm going to go around the entire natural nail and the tip. This is to rough up the natural nail and to remove the shine from the nail and the tip. You can definitely use a hand file for this step. I just wanted to use my e-file. And now we're going to use some Model 1's dehydrator, some Macart primer. I actually did 2 layers of this and it worked really well, and some Macart base coat. Once I do that, I went ahead and did the rest of the nails off camera, and we're going to go ahead and get into the design. So I'm using this Macart Siesta Nude Polygel to do the slant tip. I place a bead in the center of my nail, and then I'm going to bring some product down around my cuticle. Then I'm going to go ahead and work on the top. So the first thing I do is make sure I decide how low I want the slant to start, and I bring product up to that corner, and then I bring the rest of the product all the way up to the top corner where I want the slant to end. And I just try to straighten it out as much as I can. Then I go back around the cuticle and I smooth that out. Sometimes the polygel will settle as you're working on other parts of the nail, so I didn't want to perfect my cuticle and then it change as I'm working on the slant. So I'm doing the exact same thing to my middle finger. I started to get a feel for the product, so I just went ahead and did the cuticle first and then worked on the slant, because I noticed that it was stiff enough and firm enough to where it wasn't settling like other polygels will, which is why I love Macart so much, because it really does stay where you put it. So I'm doing the exact same thing to the rest of my nails. And when I do this, I'm constantly working on the edge of the bead. I'm always working on the perimeter of it so that I'm not taking away any of the thickness and the height from the center of the nail where it needs to be in order for our nails to have a strong apex. Now that that's done, it's time to use this Ellen Nailed It Cocoa glitter, which it's so pretty. To get it to stick on the nail, I'm just using base coat and a cuticle pusher to sprinkle the glitter over the nail. And now we're just going to encapsulate it. So I place a big bead of polygel where I want my apex to be. And like I said earlier, I'm just working on the perimeter and the edges of this bead, bringing it down to the cuticle, bringing it to the sides of the nail, bringing it to the tip of the nail, while keeping most of the product in the center and smoothing it out. We have to do a little bit of filing before we finish the application process. I'm going to clean up that line and make it as straight as I can, because once we lay the brown polygel in the corner, we're not going to be able to alter how straight that line is. I ended up covering the line anyway, so I really could have skipped this step, but I wanted to leave it in just to show you that this is a way to get that line super crisp if you're not covering up the line. And I'm using this brown polygel from Macart. I'm not sure what kit it's from. I will definitely link it in the description, but I can't remember off the top of my head. And this step's super easy because you're just filling in that extra space. So you want to make sure that you fit it to the tip. You want to make sure you bring the color polygel right next to the nude polygel and make sure it's the same height. You don't want any gaps or any holes between the product. Now that that's done, it's time to really file these nails. I did clean them off with slip solution just to remove that sticky layer, and with the file, I'm going to clean up the shape. You can definitely hand file polygel. I have a video on how to efficiently hand file your polygel, but I'm using my e-file with a ceramic barrel drill bit, and I'm going around the cuticle to clean that up. I'm going to go up and down to debulk the nail, and then I'll use side to side motions to smooth out the nail. I went ahead and did that to the rest of the nails, and now it's time to buff them up. I'm using this buffer sponge from Kiara Sky just to get out any of the scratches. Did the same thing to the others, and this is what they're looking like. They're looking so good. We're just gonna clean them up a little bit. So I'm using this gold foil. This is from Amazon. It'll be linked down below, and I'm also using Macart nail art glue. I'm placing this along the line where the two colors meet so that we can apply the gold foil. I think this gold foil really tied the look together. It looked so pretty. It was kind of like the star of the show. I applied the nail art glue and I broke up the foils off camera, and now I'm just applying them with a rhinestone picker. And then we're just going to top coat these once we're done that step. And here's what they're looking like. We're gonna go ahead and cuticle oil these up so that I can model them for you. I'm using the Cusio Revitalizing Pomegranate Oil. And here's the final reveal. I absolutely love them. They're so cute. I got so many compliments on them, and I didn't purposely do this, but it actually matches the colors of my school. I just really wanted a fall-like look, so I thought the brown and the gold was perfect. But I love them, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching the process of me doing my nails. Now with school starting back up, I will be going back to my once a week videos, and I will try my best to stay on schedule. But if I ever miss a week, school is the reason for that. Just wanted to keep you guys in the loop, but that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!